we will discuss the liquid state. Liquid state, we know, in case of liquid state, the molecules are not compactly packed. It means, in comparison to solid, the molecules are not compactly packed. It means, the next one, in case of liquid state, the molecules are not compactly packed as in solid state. It means, in case of liquid state, the molecules are somewhat far apart in comparison to solid state. Therefore, they have lesser force of attraction in comparison to solid state. The next is that they have lesser force of attraction in comparison to solid state. If the molecules are somewhat far apart, then they are somewhat free. That's why they have random motion. To the next, they have random motion because molecules are somewhat free in comparison to solid state. The next we will discuss gas state. In case of gas state, it has before that we will discuss liquid state, that it has fixed volume. If you take 1 liter of water and pour it from a cylindrical container to a conical container, then its shape changes from cylindrical to conical. It means, in liquid state, the volume is fixed, but the shape is not fixed. It will acquire the shape of the container in which it is kept. Why this is so? This is so because this molecule have weaker force of attraction in comparison to solid state. Solid has strongest force of attraction, that's why they cannot flow, whereas liquid and gases have weaker force of attraction, that's why they can flow. It means, the first one, they cannot flow. It means the solid means they cannot flow, they cannot flow, whereas the liquid we know it is fluid, and the solid is rigid. Rigid, it means due to strongest force of attraction, it is unbending, inflexible. It means it is ready. Whereas in liquid state, they have weaker force of attraction in comparison to solid, and they have tendency to flow. That's why liquid and gases are also known as fluid. As we have discussed, in liquid state, the volume is fixed, but the shape is not fixed. To the next, we will discuss gas state. It has not fixed shape, neither fixed volume. Why it is so? Because they have least intermolecular force of attraction. The next one is that they have least intermolecular force of attraction. they have least intermolecular force of attraction. So the next we have discussed, they have least force of attraction, therefore they have random motion. They have random motion. The next one, they are having least force of attraction. It means the molecules are free, and if the molecules are free, then they can flow. They are also known as fluid. We know the gases has property to fill the container in which it is kept. It fills the container in which it is kept. Why it is so? Because if the molecules of the gases have little force or least force of attraction, then they will occupy maximum space. They will expand and occupy the maximum space in which they are kept. That's why they fill the container in which they are kept. It means in case of solid, liquid and gas state, what we have discussed, in case of solid, the molecules are compactly packed, and if the molecules are compactly packed, then they have fixed state, fixed volume, they have not random motion, they have vibration motion. In case of liquid, the molecules are somewhat far apart in comparison to solid state, therefore they have random motion. They have lesser force of attraction in comparison to solid, but greater force of attraction in comparison to gas. In case of gas state, the molecules are far apart. This is gas state, this is liquid state, and this is solid state. This is all about the solid, liquid and gaseous state. We know the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. These are interconvertible. How it is so? These are interconvertible. Based on the temperature and pressure, a matter can exist in solid or liquid or in gaseous state. What we know? The three state of matter are interconvertible. Based on temperature and pressure. It means the temperature and pressure will determine the state of matter. For example, we know usually when we heat solid, it is converted to liquid, and when we heat liquid, it is converted to gas. We are talking usually, not about we are considering the sublimating substances. It means usually on heating, a solid converted to liquid and liquid converted to gases. If we apply pressure on the gas, then the gas are converted to liquid. That means the next point is that usually on heating, the solid is converted into liquid, and on further heating, liquid is converted into gas. Clear? It means based on the temperature and pressure, the states of matter are interconvertible. We know when a solid changes into liquid, it is termed as melting. Or you can say fusion. When a liquid converted to gas, it is known as boiling. Or you can say vaporization. Vaporization, you know, vaporization is below boiling point, but what we can say it as, more capitally, we call it as boiling. The next, when a gas is converted to liquid state, and when a liquid is converted to solid state, it is known as, gas converted to liquid is known as condensation, and liquid converted to solid state, it is known as freezing. Or solidity clear. This is known as melting point. This is known as boiling point at temperature at which it is occurring. This is known as freezing point. Clear. In this way, what we know, the state of matter can be interconvertible based on the temperature and pressure. Again, based on the macroscopic level or bulk level. Macroscopic, as the name indicates, macro means bigger. It means based on macroscopic or bulk level. A matter, it is categorized into two types. That is, it is categorized into impure, that is mixture. The next one is pure, and impure it is categorized into element, and the next one it is categorized into compound. So the next one, mixture is categorized into two types: homogeneous mixture, and to the next one, heterogeneous mixture. Element it is categorized into metal, non-metal, and the next one is categorized into metal. Compound is categorized into acid, base. The next one. Let us discuss them one by one. First of all, we know matter. We will discuss what is pure, what is impure. Pure, it means if a substance we are calling it as pure, it means it has the same content what is prescribed. For example, if we are discussing element, means what? Element, we know. The first one we will discuss element. We know, we have studied that an element is composed of only one kind of atom. Means, if we are discussing the sodium, then it is the sodium. If we are discussing about the sodium metal, then it is only and only composed of Na plus, Na plus, Na plus, Na plus. No other atom will be there. It means sodium, it is composed of sodium atom, then it is termed as element. It means what we know that an element, the first one, it consists of only one kind of atom. Clear? If it consists of only one kind of atom, identical atom, it means these atoms of which it is constituted, they cannot be separated. It means the next one, they cannot be, means atom. They cannot be, which atom? They cannot be separated. They cannot be separated by any physical or chemical processes. To the next one, element we have defined, it consists of only one kind of atom, means identical atom, and if it is composed of only one kind of atom, then they cannot be separated. It is categorized into metal, non-metal and metalloid. We know metal, we know the physical property. Metal are ductile, metal are malleable, metal are soronous, metal are hard, metal have lustrous. Clear? We know the chemical property that the metals are what? Electropositive. The metals are electropositive. The next one, we have discussed the physical property of non-metal, that non-metal, these are non-hard, these are brittle, they may be in gaseous, liquid or solid state. They are not sonorous, they are non-conductor of heat and electricity, and they are electronegative. The next, if we discuss about the metalloid, it means they have the property in between the metals and non-metal. That's why they are termed as metalloid. If we want to get the example, gold, sodium, potassium, magnesium, these are the example of metal. If we are discussing about the non-metal, oxygen, sulfur, chlorine, whatever these are non-metal, these are electronegative. It means tendency to gain electron and form negative ion. They form positive ion. Metalloid, it means they have the property of both metal together with non-metal. It means we have discussed what is element. To the next, we will discuss. We know the compound is also pure. The element is purest form. Purest form of matter, where compound is pure. Why it is so? Because we know compound is a result when the atoms of two or more than two atoms of different element combine to form in a different proportion, they form compound. It means compound is formed when two or more than two atoms of different element combined together in a fixed proportion of their masses, then compound is formed. It means it has a definite proportion of different element, but it is fixed. We have studied the law of constant proportion, that if we are discussing about the water, then it has the same composition, that is hydrogen and oxygen, and they have the fixed proportion of their masses, that is 1:8. If they have fixed proportion, they are also termed as pure compound. What we define? Compound. When two or more than two atoms of different element combine together in fixed proportion infinite proportion of their masses. For example, if we take water, then the ratio of the masses of hydrogen is 1 and to that of oxygen is 8. It means if we take water from anywhere, it has the same composition of their masses, having the same element. If it is same everywhere, then it is termed as zero. Clear? We have discussed compound. Let us discuss, we will discuss one more topic, that is molecule of element, to that of molecule of compound. We have discussed it in class 9. What is molecule of element? When atom of same kind undergo chemical combination, they form molecule of element. It means when atom of same element combine together, they form molecule of element. It means when atom of same element combine together, they form molecule of an element. For example, if we take O2, then O2 is composed of oxygen and oxygen atom. It means they have the same kind of atom, and it is termed as molecule of an element. If we talk about the O3, it is also an example of molecule of an element. If we talk about N2, it is an example of molecule of an element because it is composed of same kind of atom. If we discuss about Cl2, it is an example of molecule of an element. So the next, we will discuss about the molecule of compound. Molecule of compound, what it means, when two or more than two atoms of different kind. Clear? Here, when atoms of same element. But here what we are discussing, two or more than two atoms of different combined together, they form molecule of a compound. When two or more than